Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you from start to finish on making a pop-up card, and it's going to make use of drawing, scoring and cutting. So there'll be some tool swapping, and the machine I'm going to use will be the Cricut maker. The air tool should work too. So let's get started. First I'm going to upload the files. I created the file myself, and they are split into two files because Cricut design space does not work well when you have too many things in the same file. So when you split them up, it works better and it actually loads everything correctly. When I have them in the same file, usually the size that imported are not what the original size I created from the SVG. When you upload, you can only upload one at a time, but when you insert the image into the design space, you can actually select multiple and just click this one I want, and then hold shift and click the other one and insert. This way you insert both of them at the same time instead of one at a time. So there's the outside of the card, and this is the inside of the card, and these are, we're gonna hide that one first and we're gonna work with this one first. So for the text, for right here, I'm gonna change cut to draw, and for this is the line here, that's the fold line. I want to use score, and this is the layer here, right here. I change to score, and finally I want to hit attach. So when you hit make it, everything will stay together. It's basically grouping, the same as grouping, but for the machine. When you see, this is like already grouped, but that's only for us, for us to see. But when you actually go cut it, it's actually separate everything. So you need to use the attach button. So I'm gonna hide this for now, and I'm gonna show the other one. This is the second sheet that I'll be cutting. This one, I'm gonna put it over here so it's easier to see. When you select it over here, it automatically scroll down, but here it is selected. Draw, so that will make use of the pen. And over here, this is the score layer, so I'm gonna select score, and finally I'm gonna select the whole group here and attach. And then I'm gonna collapse that so it's easier to see. So I'm selecting the whole thing. I want to rotate that 90 degrees. I just hit the wrong button. Okay, it's already rotated 90 degrees, and I want the other one to also rotate 90 degrees. And that one, notice how I place it at 1, 1 for this one, roughly. And the second one, the red layer, I'm gonna place it at 10. That's 1 and 110. And then I'm gonna select both of them. You can either click here and hold shift and click this to multi-select, or you can just drag them like that. It also multi-select like that. Another way is to click here and hold shift and click here. It also works with selecting when you click on the layer menu here. Finally, hit attach. When you do this, both of the prints will become one, like that, attached together. So when you go to make it, it'll stay together. And it'll warn you because it's gonna be larger than the regular 12x12 mat, and we're gonna use the long mat for this project. Just hit OK, and I'm gonna move it down to here, and this is where I'm gonna place the paper at 1:1 and 1:10. And since that's where the paper I'm gonna move it in a bit so it does not cut the edge of the paper. So now you see that the cutout should start at here, slightly more than one point. In the second page over here, that's 110 right here, and I'll move it down a little bit here. Since I attach it from the other side, I can move the whole layer together, all the layers together at the same time. Continue. Okay, I need to turn my maker on. Auto detect machine complete. And I'm gonna work with light cardstock for this project, and the light cardstock that I'm using are 8.5 by 11, the standard size. And these are the tools that we're gonna need. We're gonna need the pen and the scoring wheel, and whichever the cut that will be swapped additional tool right here, fine point blade. When you go into edit tools, if you don't have the scoring wheel or you don't have it, you can use the stylus. You can select it like this, and for this project I'm going to use a scoring wheel. Apply. That's it. We're gonna go to the next step. So the mat I'm gonna use is the blue long mat. This is 12 by 24, and I'm gonna use sheets of paper. This one I'm gonna lay it here. I put it at 1:1. I normally prefer to put it in here instead of the corner because the corner will wear out a lot quicker. So when you use the mat a lot, the stickiness at the corners wear out first. And it's also more accurate when I do this because I can tell where Cricut start cutting. Instead, when placing a corner, it will automatically indent for you, so that's less accurate. And the second sheet I'm going to place at 1:10. The is it, and then go to the next step. Okay, so we're gonna use the scoring wheel. Gonna use a black Cricut pen, the fine point tip. This is the deep point blade. We're not using this. We're gonna use a fine point blade. First, I'm gonna put in a scoring wheel. For the pen, when you use it, always try it out first to see if the ink come out. Because if you don't, your design may be messed up and you can't write anything. That's it. Just snap it in. Gonna feed in the mat. Cut. When you have score, draw, and cut all at the same time, you'll always run the scoring first. Scoring was done. Now let's do my drawing. That's it. The drawing and scoring is done. See how the Cricut button flashing? It's basically telling you to swap the tools, and we're gonna quickly switch back onto the computer screen to show you. So here we are on the computer screen. It's asking you to load the fine point blade into the clamp B before you hit the Cricut button. Now let's go back to the machine. Okay, this is the cutout. When you take the finished cut out of the mat, always pop it out because we're working with light cardstock, not HTV. And this is a long mat, so it's a bit harder to handle than a regular 12x12 mat. But just be patient. I'm gonna pop the top piece out first. just bent. And I'm holding it from the back and just slowly peeling it out. See? The same thing with the other one. Just slowly let the glue pop out by itself, because if you peel it too quickly, it's gonna curve your paper. And then you can do however you want with the rest. And if you want to keep it for scrap and want to keep it in good condition, same thing, just slowly peel it out. Okay, cutouts are done. Fold along the scoring line. This is the outside. This is the inside. For the pieces that didn't come off when you peel it off the mat, just gently pick it off. Okay. There's the fold along the score line, and if you're new, it may be tricky, so just follow how I do it. I'm gonna start this side, flip it around, you folding it this way, pushing it. Make sure you don't fold the side. And then you see the score line here. Just slowly to make sure you don't make a fold where there's no score line. Same over here. You don't have to make a full fold yet. And then start the other side. This one. Make sure not to fold out here. And there's another score line across here. Just slowly. And just press or fold, whichever how you may do it differently than me, as long as you can get it to fold like this. Okay, now that you get the shape, pop out a little bit like this. Again, from the other side, this time you fold it a bit more aggressively. Just do a complete fold. Now it's easier over here. Now you can actually do a complete fold here. Just make sure to not fold where the lines are not there. It's pop out now better. Now you fold this more. Just go slow when you are pressing against the words because you don't want to make a fold on the words itself. So one is like this. It's almost done. Go down like this. Slowly. Then flip it around. That's it. You successfully fold it like that and become as pop-up like that. Next, you want to go like this, glue it so that when your card opens, it opens like this. Now I'm going to use a tape runner. Make sure you run the tape like as close to the edge, but not outside the edge, because you don't want any sticky stuff messing up your card. See how I have the adhesive like that. Here is missing some here, so I try to put some adhesive there so it all go all the way to the bottom there. So it's important that you have some adhesive here so it hold the card in place. And if there's any excess on the edge, like here, it run outside, so just fold it back in like that, so that there's no sticky part on this side. Okay, now you put it in here, line it up in the middle. Then slowly fold it down like that. That's it, that side stuck to the other half. Now you want to do the other side. Ran out of tape. Okay, let's continue after I swap out the new roll of tape. Okay, we're back. I refill the tape. See, I only need the tape outside the square like that. You don't need to tape in here. So when you do this, you need to hold it open like this and slowly press down. Make sure the sides are coming down on the cut on the other paper evenly. That's it. Cut's done.